USA RV Nomads presents Beyond the Pavement, Squaw Mountain. This is an out and back trek. It's 10.1 miles from the highway to the peak. It is rated as moderate, but it's pretty straightforward two-track all the way up, with some areas where there's stone and gravel and some steep grades. As you climb and raise in elevation, you'll come to a section that is previously an area that burned and has since recovered nicely, but you will notice a lot of tree limbs on the ground and a lot of stumps. This gate here marks the last stretch to get to the peak. It's been a great ride so far. This is where things start to get a little hairier as you go up in elevation. We're probably within the last mile or so, maybe 2 or 3. It's hard to judge when you're doing all these twists and turns. But as we come up here, we get our first real good glimpse of the antenna farm atop of Squaw Peak. This image here shows you where we are as we're coming up. It's quite a drop off on the left. We really didn't notice the first fork in the road, which is the main stretch that the service vehicles come up here to service the antenna farm. We kind of bared to the left at our friend's recommendation. We're here at this point now, and this is actually, there's a little pull off, and it's not a, he says keep bearing to the left. Well, this is a dead end, so we have to quickly back up, and then we progress on up the hill. And it's pretty obvious at this point that this section hasn't been traveled a lot because of the way the bush is overgrown the trail. But hey, we're up here to have fun, and it's not looking too bad. That is until we get to this point. It's this last little steep incline, which is covered with a lot of large loose rocks. Again, just take our time. We're in low range. We're just crawling right up it. We're not spinning wheels. We don't have lockers, so I mean, we're doing this with a stock drive line underneath our Wrangler. But by just throttle management, picking a line, taking our time, not getting too heavy on the gas, we can crawl right up this. And having the extra ground clearance that we have with our 2.5-inch Terra Flex lift, it does help. We'll work our way up through here to the top. Getting past these last big rocks, we get up onto the quote main service road again, and we stop to watch our friends come up in their 2-door Wrangler. Now, having a long wheelbase has benefits, having a short wheelbase has benefits. The short wheelbase allows you to turn tighter, but the long wheelbase helps you negotiate stuff like this a lot easier. This is a little bit out of her comfort zone, but you know what? She gives it a try, and well, she's probably hanging on tight, but again, the Jeep is a very capable vehicle, even stock, and this is a 2014 Willys edition. A little bit of bouncing. Not so sure why there's a lot of wheel spin in this. Might be just, again, tried and practiced throttle management, but she gets there, and then gets this last spot where the big rocks are, trying to get over them, and it takes a little bit of oomph to get out of that particular spot. Again, this is where the long wheelbase would have been better in this situation. We're at 6,526 feet. Now the antenna farm is here. It's not what we came to see, but it sits here for a specific purpose. It's on top of a mountain, so the signals can be beamed down into the opposing valleys on either side of this mountain range. One thing you want to do is you want to stay away from the equipment. There are warnings about radiation from these antenna farms. They're not fit for human consumption. This picture of us looking out across Verde Valley, again, hanging with our friends and our two pooches. I'm taking pictures. What else? That's what I do. Now, when you're up here, the yellow line kind of indicates the whole perimeter of the site. Walk around the entire site. The vistas are amazing. Well, it's now time to head down. We spent some time on top, so we're going to head on down the mountain, and we're going to take the main service road, not going through that little short steep area. But as we find out, that first section off the top is a little steep as well. Just not as many big rocks. It's a lot wider, more used than the other way. It has to be. They run these big line trucks up there to maintain all that telecommunications equipment. Again, the shorter wheelbase of the two-door makes it a little more bouncy coming down this. You don't have the ability to step across these big expanses. You kind of drop into them and have to climb back out of them. Now it's time for us to head back down. As you can see there on the horizon, there's a plume of smoke from the Crook's fire. We've got another trail we want to run today, but we'll thank you for watching. Be sure to like and click the notification button. We'll see you again, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.